received one problem statement from Daniel, right? That create a procedure using a cursor that will show how show the names of all banks and providers that are using these banks and count how many providers are for each bank, right? So,
Yes, sir.
for example, this one will be your input for the bank name, and
Mm,
as a output you will be getting the provider names and
no,
the
provide.
number of count of the provider, right?
Mm,
If two providers are there, then you will get two, or if
mm,
one provider, then you will get one, right?
mm,
So the ER diagram and the table structure for this one, I am not going with the entire diagram. uh,
mm.
the diagram shared by Daniel is this one, right? Bank, provider account, and provider. Can you explain a bit about these three tables, Daniel?
Yes, we have the primary key in provider QE, and the primary key in bank is Swift. So we have a relation provider account, and Swift and QE, it's the primary key and also the foreign key from these two tables, provider and bank.
Okay. So this one is basically the mapping table between these two tables, right?
Yes.
This will hold the mapping of these two. So if as per the sample data received from you, right, I have taken these three table, and if I take the provider account, that provider name, provider account, let's say for example BRD, right?
Yes.
So from BRD, first we'll get the Swift, and then from Swift we'll query in bank, and we will get these two record, right?
Yes.
These two corresponds to this bank, right? And if I take these two CUI ID, and from there we'll get the providers list, right? So I have created a sample tables and all, like, let me execute the statement once again so that it will be clear to you, right? So I'm dropping it. I'm creating these three tables first. Daniel, I just changed a few things in your table, right? That this column name, data length, size of the column, because the data which you have provided me is a bit bigger length, right? So I
Hmm.
increase the length of this column. So the
Okay.
solution will remain same, right? So no issue. And then if I execute these three statements to populate the data in these tables, right? We have populated the data, and if I can see the output from these three tables, right? These three are your tables, right? Table data. And the problem statement is like, first she will enter the bank name, right? And against the bank name she will get the Swift, right? And after that we need to join the provider and provider account from these two, right? This
Hmm.
and your provider account, so that we can get the mapping, because from where here we are getting the Swift, and we are putting the value of Swift, and after CUI ID we are joining these two table, and we are extracting the information from about the provider, right? So we have received Swift from the above query, and if we execute this query, we'll get the name. Sorry. If we execute this query, we'll get the name, right? So she wanted to write a procedure, a store procedure to automate all these process. So let's understand how we can write a procedure to get the output, the desired output like this, right? We'll call the procedure by by passing the bank name as the input, and in output we will get the provider name along with the count, right? So let's see how we can write it. So to create a process, so Daniel, before going to start, do you have a prior knowledge how you can create a procedure, and how you can use a cursor, and how you can write a loop inside the
Yes,
procedure?
I have a basic knowledge, but I don't really know how to do.
Okay. So let me give you. I'm just considering, because Nayan don't have any idea regarding how to create a procedure and all. He knows SQL, but he don't know how to write a store procedure and all. So I'm just giving you a short brief about creating a store procedure. So to create a store procedure, we use the syntax like create or replace procedure followed by procedure name. And if you want to pass some input parameter, or you want some output as a parameter, then you need to pass some variable. So here we are passing the bank name as an input. So this one is your variable name. I underscore bank underscore name is a variable name, and in as a input parameter, and the data type of this one will be your name data type of bank column, right? So from there we are taking the data type. So you can here simply write varchar 2 or something like that. So it's up to you, right? And then followed by is, here we are declaring two variables, right? V underscore swift, because in the query will fetch the swift, right? So that's why we are using one variable, so that we can store the value which we have fetched using this query, right? So we'll store the value of this one in that parameter, and after that we'll use that parameter, right? So here we have declared, and the second parameter we have used a variable v underscore counter, right? So to count how many providers are there, we'll use it in that loop, right? And then we declare one cursor to fetch the data, which is your second query from here, right? So here we are passing the swift id. So in the same way, here also we declare one cursor, like cursor name followed by input parameter is your select statement of that cursor, right? So here we are simply passing the input parameter of that swift, right? So now in whatever be the executable statement in your PL SQL, it goes under your begin and end, right? So whatever be the syntax you wanted to execute it, this part is for your declaration, and this part is for your execution. This part is for your execution, right? And this one is for your exception handling. This part is for your exception handling. Okay. So here what we are doing, first we are fetching the swift from your bank by passing this bank name which we have passed here, right? So we are taking that one, and we are storing that into v underscore swift, which we have declared it in the declare section, right? So consider a scenario where we will put some wrong input, right? So it might be possible that we won't receive any data. So in PL/SQL, if you execute any select statement and you won't get any output, right? There is no row. Then you will get some exception. So for that one, I declared one exception block here, right? No data found. So if this query execute returning no data, then it will raise an exception, and it will come to this section, and it will simply throw there is no data, right? And it will come out from this procedure. But if it returns some values, right? In that case, it will goes to the next statement, which we have created it, right? So here we will display the bank name, right? The bank name which you have provided it, and the provider name. And to provide the provider name in the output, you might get the n number of record, and n might be your one value or could be more than one value. So for one value, you can simply print using your DBMS output by doing your variable and all. But to print more than one value, you need to use your loop, right? So for that one, I created one for loop, right? For for loop, I created one variable, record type variable, and we simply called this cursor by passing the value of v underscore swift, right? So uh, whatever be the value received from this value, it will goes here and it will execute this query, and the result of this will be stored in your this variable data type, and after that it will start executing the for loop. So you already know the number of, let's say for example, five number of records are there in that cursor, then five times it will execute, right? So it will start printing using your DBMS output put line, right? So this one, and then every time it will print, it will count using your counter variable. Okay, and after the end of that loop, we are simply printing the count variable so that we can get the number of providers, right? So if I execute this procedure, yeah, this one is compiled, and if I execute it, let's say for example by passing the bank name BRD as we have seen in this diagram, right? So we should expect these two record as a output, right? So to execute the procedure, simply we can call it within your begin and end. So let's say execute this query. Let me clear this one so that it will be better. Yeah. So you can see we have passed BRD as a bank name, and provider name it will print as these two, right? Which we have seen in the Excel, right? These two record we are getting it, right? Sorry. Yep. These two record followed by number of count. Now consider a scenario where we will pass some invalid bank name, right? It might be possible. So let me put ABC. So what we should expect according to our procedure, there is no data found, right? So
Yes,
it will goes to this particular section, right?
Yes, we have a
yes.
message.
Yep. Yep. So let me execute this statement. Let me clear this output so that it will be more clear to you. See, no data found against the given bank name, right? So it will come first. The execution could be like it will come here first, then it will start initializing the variable, declare the cursor, then it will come to this section, it will fetch for the data, there is no row found, so it will come directly to this section and will come out of the procedure, right? So Daniel, any confusion so far?
No, thank you. I understand.
If you have any query or any problem, you feel free to drop a mail to etechdiksha@gmail.com. We'll address it.